Welcome back to Collected Works.
Yeah. Still in 2018 for They Might Be Giants and the 2018 Dial-A-Songs, and an almost identical cover to I Like Fun. This is My Murdered Remains, the lyric of which, I can't remember which song, but comes from a song on I Like Fun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one very much confused me. He just reminded me that they're different albums.
Right. Yeah. The original CD of this was actually released with a bonus disc called More Murdered Remains that's only available on CD and only available from their website. I actually learned one of my favorite power pop songs from that because they did a cover of a tune called Starry Eyes by a British band called The Records. Which...
That's my favorite, I love that song so much. I didn't realize that They Might Be Giants did a cover.
That is the first place I ever heard it.
To.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
What I'm listening to.
Beautiful. Well, I'm so glad I could turn you on to that. It's like top 3 power pop songs for me, maybe number 1.
For like a couple of weeks in a row, I want to say, during my shift at 92.9, I would slip Starry-Eyed into my shift somewhere. I did that like 2 or 3 weeks in a row. Because
I discovered that song one time. I was driving to Cleveland and it just came on a Spotify playlist. And then I was at a record store up in Cleveland and I was just flipping through new arrivals and they had The Records. I was like, oh my God. So I picked it up. And then when I got hired on over at then CD 1025, I was just like, The Records aren't in our system. We're going to have to fix that.
So you're the one that added it. I assumed it was Tom because I'm pretty sure when Tom heard me play that, he's like, that's a good one.
I didn't know Tom liked that song.
I could be wrong, but I could have sworn.
Oh, I'm going to have to talk to him about that. See, you mentioned that Tom's a power pop person, and I would not have guessed that just because I know Tom does not like the Beatles.
I feel like, I don't think this because I don't think Tom's ashamed of anything, but I feel like it's almost like he's too cool to like power pop.
It's wild that Tom doesn't think he's cool because he's the coolest person I know.
Right.
Anyway, My Murdered Remains by They Might Be Giants. I had it down to 2 songs and you had it down to 1 song, and one of your songs is one of my 2 songs. So if you don't mind, actually, I think if it's all right with you, let me go first because I love both my songs and I'm not at all sorry to be stuck with mine because I would like to get it out there, but I think yours is better.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with The Neck Rolls Aren't Working because, of course, They Might Be Giants have a song called The Neck Rolls Aren't Working.
And I'm going to go with The Communists Have the Music, which it's one of those clever ones, but it's also super catchy. And it's like somebody described it as like almost a synesthesia thing where they're getting this was in the comments section, but they were like, oh, it's like they're getting their literary works mixed up with their genres of music or something like that.
Hysterical.
Or their political, Yeah,
it's the fascists have the outfits, and I don't care much for the outfits. What I care about is music, and the communists have the music. Wonderful. And while we're talking about Dial-A-Song from 2018, really quickly, we'll talk about their album that was released the very same day called The Escape Team, which was songs based on characters from a comic book called The Escape Team made by one of their collaborators that neither of us remember who it was.
I'll caption it.
Perfect. Thank you. It's by this person. I'm going, yet again, Emma, I'm going with the first song on the record, Jackie the Clipper.